What's the number one challenge for businesses today?
Workforce development, attracting, recruiting, and retaining people.
And that's why we created this podcast, designed for the frustrated CEO, the under-resourced recruiter, or the overworked manager, to give you the tools to tackle those WTF moments.
It's time to open another workforce therapy file.
All right. I am so excited. We are at the Kentucky SHRM Conference in Lexington, Kentucky, and I have a guest with me. Tell us your name.
Hi, my name is Jessica Vogt.
Hi, Jessica. And Jessica, where do you work?
I work with Aegis Sortation in Louisville, Kentucky.
What does Aegis Sortation do?
So our thing is to create raving fans with innovation and automation with the freight and parcel systems.
That's incredible.
Yep.
So where's a place I would have seen that?
So if you know your local UPS, FedEx, and Amazon, so when you are in the distribution centers there and you look out on the conveyor sorting systems, a lot of their stuff was very out of date. So that's what Aegis Sortation is, to bring new innovative ideas and technology into the freight and parcel space to help automate and make things seamless for our conveyor sorting system.
Yes.
So from like the truckload all the way through distribution, it is kind of, where we're trying to see more automation for our companies and our clients.
Fantastic.
Kind of build up that robotics and AI that's happening in the 21st century.
Well, as someone who spent a giant chunk of my career in warehouses, I just want you to know how cool that is.
Yeah.
That's a very cool place to be.
Yeah, we're really excited.
Tell us what you do for them.
So right now I am a corporate recruiter. So I ins and outs do recruiting for all of our positions that's cross-functional departments with HR, finance, and a lot of our engineering, manufacturing as well.
Very good.
And then on the side, I do a lot of culture specialist work. So we're building out employee resource groups right now, and then an internship program so we can get into the local colleges with Kentucky to build that relationship with our interns.
That is incredible. We had an episode recently where we spoke to someone over at the Kentucky Career Center.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a really cool place for you to stop.
Yeah, that would be.
And you should go back and listen to our episode that talks about the services that are offered there, because you might be really surprised at how they may have something to benefit what you're doing.
That would be very helpful.
Okay, so AI is all the rage. That's right. So I asked ChatGPT to put together a list of 10 questions. So I'm going to ask you to choose a number between 1 and 10.
Mm-hmm. Let's do 4.
4. Okay. We haven't had 4 today.
4.
That's fantastic. All right. So this is your popcorn question.
Okay.
How can organizations balance flexibility and accountability in the future workplace?
Balance flexibility. So balance flexibility and accountability. So one thing, our senior VP of HR, her name is Monique Holland. She just sent us actually an image, if you will, on LinkedIn, and it was like high accountability with high flexibility. So making sure that we're staying up to date with what's happening in the workforce. So, not everybody is able to have time off with family, friends, what that looks like. So making sure that we're keeping accountable, providing a space for employees to enjoy what kind of, the speaker was talking about today is being able to enjoy the experiences on a personal level and incorporating that, within the network and the internal work. And I think it's important for companies to realize times have changed, and the way that you're going to retain employees and keep employees is making sure that we're balancing flexibility lifestyle. I know my mom, she worked, my father worked both 8 to 5 every day, never had breaks, didn't get time off. So it's nice to be in this generation where employees are noticing, that there is opportunity to combine both and not, and have them coexist versus having, a fearful judgment of being able to provide for your family and be a working mom.
That's right.
So I have 2 little babies. I'm a working mom. And so it's nice to have that flexibility to know that our company and, promotes being able to enjoy what we're doing personal-wise and work-wise. And then having that, we get high flexibility, so high accountability. So we're, we take it personal, and we're trying to make it better with Aegis to be able to provide that for all employees.
Yeah. And I think high accountability comes from, we've talked about a couple of things in this topic on the Workforce Therapy Files. One of the things that we've talked about is that accountability also comes from having really clear goals and ways to measure that performance especially when it's not an environment where I can walk down a sea of cubicles and see that people are actively working.
Yeah.
Which I feel like a lot of leaders leaned really heavily into, right?
And it's funny you just said that. So our COO, Reed Dreer, so we just opened up a couple new offices. So he is one that likes to be in the bullpen. So he doesn't have an office. He sits where everyone else sits, and we work how everyone else works.
Shout out to Reed.
I know it's wonderful.
That's great.
And he's big on making sure that we have that flexibility. And you know, a lot of us have young kids on the team. So Aegis is, you know, we're 8 years old, so we're still fairly new to the work environment, but we're already taking like initiatives to make sure that we're trying to be one of the best companies that people want to work for and also stand with us.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, thank
And
you
then
for
women in
choosing.
automation, so-
I love that.
Yeah, I love it.
Thank you so much for choosing to spend just a portion of your conference time with me. I feel like I made a new HR friend, and I'm so glad you had a time to stop by.
Yes, thank you so much.
See, that was painless, right?
That was fun.
Yeah, it's
It was a little
good.
nerve-wracking, but it was fun.
I'm
like,
glad to have you.
All right, thank you so
Thank
much. It was great being on your show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to the Workforce Therapy Files. We hope you learned something new, and we're thankful for the time that you spent with us today. If there's a topic you'd like us to discuss, reach out to us. Our contact information's listed in the show notes. Until next time, keep your head up.